The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, hi. That was fun. Junie, in the middle of shit, we're going live. Okay, hi, everyone. I'm Junie Von Ashens, Chicago Hidden City. I am not here. My brain is fried. I'm going to let Antara take this over because I'm just a bus driver. They're telling me where I'm going. Take it away.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm Antara, and tonight I'll be playing Spotter the Nosferatu.
Hey, everybody. I'm McStabber, and I'm playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Bruja.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Levi R., and I'm playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez of Clan Gangrel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Glaciate Arkai, and I'll be playing Bastion of the Clan Toreador.
And I will miss my cue by a second, sorry. Hi, everyone. I'm Maddox. I'll be playing Dr. Theodore Smith of Clan Tremere and wrapping up this lovely cavalcade of professional streamers.
We are
pro streamers.
We are so pro streamers. We've been doing this now for a while. If you want to, check the YouTube. Because otherwise, I don't know what the fuck to do. Yes, that's a thing earlier for everything else. And I'm not. Go ahead. What?
We're not pro. We're not amateur. We're pre-amateur.
Yes, because we always happen to deliver. We always deliver things earlier than expected.
Wow.
You're welcome. Hey.
You know, there's medication for that.
Yeah.
It's also just exercises. You don't need to go straight to medicine, folks.
and diets.
And diet.
Anyhow, so we're going to try and start this off at the cell block, and I'm going to let the cast take it away, please and thank you, because my mind is gone.
All right, so we're meeting up at the cell block because Junie can't set us up tonight. Her brain is fried.
Well, I'm sorry. Were you at the? Did you want to do the cell block, or were you wanting to go?
We were starting at the cell block first.
Okay. Yep. That's right, because you have to give a laundry list of what you're going to be doing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So we're all hanging out, and Joshua is no longer in the cell. Correct. Okay. So Taylor looks to Spider and says, "Oh, you got him moved."
I do. He's in a secure location.
Fantastic.
Happy to take you to go.
Fantastic. Guys, we got some things we got to take care of tonight.
Yeah, I do. I do believe that we have to deal with, getting the payment for what he did.
Yeah. I've arranged for us to meet with Kevin and Naomi. We're going to be meeting them at the tower. We've got a bit of time before we need to do that, though. Spotter, you had said you wanted us to tour the place where you're keeping Joshua.
Yeah, it's you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise us. It's fine.
Yes, exactly.
Taylor, have a meeting with Josephine later. I'd like you to come if possible.
I would love to, because I actually want to check in on her. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did check in on her this week. Let me just say, it's nice that she's getting other people to talk with her as well.
You think she's struggling a bit?
She says she's fine.
Well, of course she does. That's a defense mechanism.
Exactly.
Yeah. any Malkavian that says they're fine, it's an acronym. It means they're fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotionally unstable.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that in the spot? That's amazing.
No,
It's accurate, though.
no, I know. I've known Malkavians for decades.
Yeah, it's accurate. Okay, yeah, but no, Magnus, I would love to do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, just before you go, I would like, Doctor, your opinion on something.
Sure.
When I say doctor, not all your three, but actually,
I mean, she kind of looks to the others and kind of is like, I guess we can. So.
Yes.
Theo gestures to Magnus. Between the two of us, we can answer most medical questions, and then with Taylor, she is more of archaeology, history, humanities is where I would more put your expertise.
Exactly.
Okay, but that's going to be real quick. It's a gift, and then Bastian gets up and he brings a big wooden box. He puts it on a table, opens it, and takes out a bust. Storyteller, would you like to describe it, or do I?
I'll describe it for you. It is a beautiful, exquisite bust that's made from clay, fired, done has glaze on it, and it looks almost as if it was copied from a digital camera, lifelike, real. It's almost got perfect little lines where you could see the smile, where the skin starts to crack just a little for wrinkles and such, but it's a perfect realization of who Laura used to be.
Bastian puts it on the table.
And as Taylor sees it, she looks at it. Can I touch it?
Sure, yes.
And she gently will kind of turn it to see all sides of it and stuff. And she won't say anything as she's looking at it. But when she moves it back to the way it was, she looks up at you and says, Bastian, that is simply amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It's like I'm looking at her all over again.
I don't really know how the power works, but I got a pretty strong impression from that photo. And so I decided to imprint it on clay.
The craftsmanship is exquisite.
It really is.
Yeah.
She should love that. I don't know if it'll help with her memory, but that's even better than the photo I have of her, because unfortunately technology back in the late 20s, early 30s was just not quite there yet for photographs. But, oh, that's amazing. Maybe at some point, Bastian, not now, because we have a lot going on, but maybe when things are a little quiet, I might commission you.
Oh, I would love to do it for anyone here, really. If anyone has something that you would like to see, or I think
I'd like to see my mother.
I can certainly try.
I appreciate it, because all I've ever seen are portraits. And well, those are always interpreted by the artist.
Yeah.
I was 3 when she died, so I don't remember what she actually looked like.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I have no idea how this would work, but I am absolutely willing to try. Any of you gentlemen as well, if you want.
I will bring you a reference photo.
Okay.
Taylor actually takes out of her bag the locket that Evie had given her and says, "This is the only one I have. You can also search online, though. You can find portraits of her because she was a noble lady. But that's the only one I have."
I think this one has a bigger connection with you than the portraits on the internet. I will take it in time.
Yep, whenever you can. It's no rush.
I'll have to see what I can find in my belongings.
What about you, Spotter?
It's crossed my mind now that you guys have been talking about it. That guy doesn't exist anymore.
Anyone else?
But I'm not adverse to it.
Well, if you want to. That's not an obligation.
Thank you. I'll see if PayPal keeps everything.
Dr. Smith, do you have something on your agenda this evening?
Really nothing pressing for once in my nights. It's actually rather relaxing. I'm enjoying. Yes, finally.
Yes,
damn
exactly.
it all.
You will love it.
Apparently, I am visiting Spotter.
All right. Well, we have some time. Do we want to tour the place where you've got Joshua first?
Yep.
And then we can head to the tower to meet up with Kevin and Naomi?
Yeah.
I mean, we have time. Do we just want to deal with Joshua while we're there?
We can.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, what is it? Another Tuesday?
Well, I mean, I assume that Dr. Smith carries everything with him. So
That's, I think, and she looks at it, I believe that might be a wise assumption. That bag looks rather heavy.
It's not light. I can say that much. He actually reaches down and lifts it just an inch and then sets it back down, and you can hear several clinks and a bit of a thunk.
And a thunk. Yeah. You want me to carry it?
Not yet.
Okay.
What clan was Joshua in?
Bruja.
Oh, you can actually have something good for you, Doctor. To help with that bag yourself.
Potentially. Who knows how the blood will shake out in the end if it actually ends up something that we do.
But if nothing else, we can pump you up. I saw that on TV once.
That's from,
Franz.
oh God, what's the show?
Hans and Franz. Saturday Night Live.
Hans and Franz, Saturday Night Live.
Thank you. Sorry,
I'm Brazilian.
My revenants watch that show quite often. I don't watch it myself.
Not surprised. All right. Well,
it's not my style of comedy.
I get it.
Yeah.
Magnus, are we all taking a vehicle together?
yeah,
Okay.
why not?
We are headed to the Navy Pier. Northern Navy Pier.
All right.
So
Magnus.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say Magnus goes and gets the SUV so everyone has room.
Navy Pier is actually brought into two different piers in one. One is actually the longer one that everyone goes to, shops, malls, has the Aragon Ballroom. It's just a long ass pier that people like to party on. Don't ask me, it happens. The smaller one was actually used for transportation, loading and unloading of goods before it was turned into a water waste management system so that Chicago actually can get clean water. But as you all arrive, Spotter takes you into a different area. Don't you, Spotter?
Or take you over to it's a smaller warehouse. It's more of a garage than anything, a big garage for bigger trucks. And while he's on the way, he's been texting with the crew that's there. And when you get there, one of the bays opens up and you can drive in. Inside, you can see Dugout's there. She, you don't know this about her. She's a mechanic. She's working on a car, probably. Taylor wasn't really coherent for this, but what's his face? Khalil had a small fleet of motorcycles, which are also now property of Spotter, and they're all there. So yeah, and Infield's there too. He's not as big as Mr. Big, but he has the stance, the posture of someone who's been boxing his whole life. Just he looks like a tough character that knows how to use his fists. Dugout, Infield, he'll wave over. Coterie, if you haven't met him, Taylor, Magnus, Bastion, Dr. Smith.
Good evening, y'all.
What's up? How's it going? This is Dugout. What do you guys need? Anything? What you want? You got it. We'll do it.
Just getting a tour.
I'm doing it right now.
You can do an oil change.
My car does need a tune-up. Maybe I'll bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I haven't done it in about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just glad y'all are here. We can just chug. We can vibe. I won't get in trouble this time.
This time?
What did you do?
Okay, so you remember that big shindig y'all had? Well, I mean, okay, so Mr. Big and I were sitting there, we're talking, and we were walking by. We didn't realize that this really tall, slick kind of African-American dude was just kind of like vibing, and he kind of vibed like right by us. And I didn't realize that I said pancake ass in front of him, and then he may or may have not given us a look, and then I may or may not have gotten gently scolded, and then I didn't realize I said it in front of the prince about the Toreador Primogen, so shit happened.
No, and Bastion, this is the reason that the name is here.
Let's see.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I just kind of say things that just come out of my mouth.
No filter,
there's no
right?
filter.
No filter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Any other roles in the city would not tolerate you. I, for one, appreciate your honesty.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why Succubus Club is a suck you ass club, because they won't let us fucking in and they could just go suck it.
Why are you saying something that happens in the back rooms like you never went in?
Wait, are you talking the back rooms? It's all in the front club, man. There ain't no discretion.
I love him already.
Her, hey, I got boobs and a vagina.
I love her already.
Thank you. It might be not functioning, but still, respect the boobs. It's
I was
anyhow.
about to say, if the equipment doesn't work, can you really consider yourself any gender?
Yeah. I can remember I was something.
There's a lot of discussion about that.
Plus, I mean, Bells kind of reminds me all the time when she puts me in a dress. Or tries to trip me. You know, have you guys ever seen Once Upon a Time with Drina with those like drape kind of suit things? Oh my God, walk with like a fucking cape with the long ass bitch ass pants. It's like, I'm motherfucking in charge. Y'all need to get down. Thank you very much. That, or I will walk in with a pimp ass baseball bat like I am the shit.
So
get it, girl.
What you're ultimately saying is that Bells treats you like a working mannequin.
She does that to all of us. Do you see? I mean, and you see Taylor is in like a 1930s styled blouse and trousers tonight.
Exactly.
She does that to all of us.
I met her for measurements, and then she said, "Oh shit, we have things coming up," and then said, "Come back tomorrow night." So I will do that probably next night, as we have stuff to do today.
Oh yeah, if I'm going to tell you now, just out of professional courtesy, see her before she comes and sees you, because she will come and see you in a way that you don't want to.
Oh no, she brings like a truckload of clothes when she comes. Mm-hmm.
She finds out the style of clothes that you like, and it's like she's opened up the merchandise market for you.
Literally, what she's doing. And this is correct me. This is outfield.
This is it. This dugout.
Dugout. Seriously, dugout. What she's doing with me is she's just experimenting.
That explains why I had to try and look like Katharine Hepburn. I don't got the hair. And she takes off the baseball cap and she's bald.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know, Theo, from knowing Bells for a while, if you don't go to her, you may just wake up one evening with her sitting, kicking her legs on some piece of furniture near where you're in torpor, and just racks of clothes.
Yes.
And then you will not leave your haven until all the clothes have been tried on.
Yes.
I will endeavor to get to her quickly. I don't want people in my haven.
I will tell you where to go in the merchandise mart that's okay for you to go to. She has a specific office.
I will happily take that location. Thank you.
I will text her tonight, and I'm sure whenever you wake up, she will be waiting. And she will wait the entire night.
I'll be expedient.
Okay. Thank you so much.
In fact, she may be surprised at how quickly I can arrive there if I really put my mind to it.
The two Nosferatu just look at you like, and you're going to tell us something, aren't you?
And he just winks at them, doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So you heading down in the hole?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Hole's been good. No one's been in. No one's been out. It's been clean.
That's how we like it.
Absolutely.
Is anybody down there?
No. Again, nobody's been in. No one's been out. It's been clean.
Our people.
No.
Okay.
Clean.
Got it.
Now, my boss, I would say my dude, but you're my boss. So my boss. It has been clean. Don't me. Hey, look, you got me with half of my hit list done already, so I'm good. Thanks.
You could go off the more modern connotation of boss man.
Ew. No, I'm not in the 1940s, and I'm not a gangster. I mean, it could be a gangster.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
It's mafia, but anyhow, that's not neither here nor there. I am not going to tell you my hit list, my guy.
Taylor puts her arm in Spotter's and says, let's go down.
All right. So he hits there's a hanging, one of those hanging buttons, and the lift goes up with Magnus's car on it. And that's where you see there's a staircase, and then there's another entrance down there. So we'll head down. Gonna guess many of you have not been down here. And as you're going down, it becomes a little, it's a cavern. It's still a cavern, like the Undercity. But it's a little more modern. And by modern, I mean 1920s, 1930s, maybe, type buildings. It's more warehouses and more buildings. And as you get into that area, Spotter says, this is where Capone brought in all the booze during Prohibition. These are all his warehouses, all his offices, and they were vacant. And now in better hands.
Fantastic.
Exactly. So, you go through it. It's not haphazard. It brings you to a warehouse, and in the warehouse is a cage. And there's our friend Joshua inside that cage.
Oh, look.
Still getting set up, so it's still a little dingy and dank. We'll turn some lights on.
Fine place aside from that bit of garbage in there.
Taylor drops her arm and approaches Joshua in his current state. And she's just looking at him. So much potential wasted on a weak-willed man. Tyler really should have been wiser. And then she steps away.
Magnus looks over at Theo. It's like, so do you want me to get the heart again, or?
Oh, only towards the end. If we're doing that, and Theo will set his bag down, take out a bottle of wine, nice bowl, and the following, accoutrement as needed for the ritual.
Magnus just walks over to the body and just opens up his shirt and everything, just rolls his sleeves back, and
Theo will start pouring the wine into the bowl and chanting in Latin.
Yep. Do not get hungrier, because you get to re-roll level 2 powers at BP3. So feral weapons popped, and he's just waiting for Theo to tell him when.
And who's going to be drinking down the body?
Because we need someone to do it.
Bastion does it. No problem. Bastion goes down there, takes his wrist, and go, you know, they don't make crooks like they did it in the old days, and then starts drinking.
Very true.
And I'll train him as close to dry as possible.
And then, oh, sorry. While Joshua is then teetering on the edge of on life and death, Theo then immediately snaps and gives just a quick point over to Magnus as if to say, that's your cue, and simultaneously over to Bastion to say, might as well drain the rest of him.
Yeah, Magnus just reaches in because feral weapons. He just goes straight in below the rib cage and takes the heart out, hands it over to Theo.
And then immediately into the bowl with everything else, and then a pestle in his hand. As he mixes the slurry together, chanting the whole while, there's a faint glow around everything, and finally he taps the pestle twice against the bowl, and then passes it to the most immediate person in his vicinity.
It's going to be Taylor, because she's moved back to actually watch what you're doing this time.
It's convoluted, but at the same time,
she doesn't understand
a
it.
Pattern.
She has no inclination towards blood sorcery or even much occultism. She's just fascinated by the technique.
It seems very well practiced.
Mm-hmm.
There is almost an artistry to it, but Theo probably wouldn't see it if people pointed it out. And then once Taylor's done, he'll just indicate, we've done this before. Just pass the blunt around the circle.
And she passes it to the next.
Spotter will grab it, drink it, pass it.
Magnus will drink it and pass it to Bastion.
Bastion drinks it and passes it to Theo.
And Theo will just slam back what little is left in the bowl, and he'll mutter a quick like 3 or 4 more sentences of Latin, and then you all feel a pulse of power inside your very soul. And at the exact same time the pulse happens, Joshua, I'm assuming storyteller, starts ashing.
He is old enough.
Once the pulse starts going into you, feeling not only to your heart, but to your beast, and you feel that power you've just taken into you. There was no fight. There was no question of will with any of you. It was almost like Joshua had given himself to you, both body and soul. Because once that pulse happens and you feel that power, his body, not just his body, but his clothing starts to ash and wither away to the point that the stake that was in him clutters to the floor.
Okay.
Part of me will never get over that.
Yeah. Ooh. Tasted funny.
Yeah.
It's also irresponsible to do too much.
That's a hell of a drug, and as we know, drugs are bad.
Yeah. Couple more of these, we'll get crazy like the ancients.
No.
I prefer what I deal with right now. I don't need more added onto the pile.
Oh, I love you. Are so much fun.
I don't think we're going to have the opportunity because the next target isn't going to go down easy.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't think I want to dip twice towards the same clan if we do it again.
You, Theodore Smith, are a smart man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try.
Tempting the beast is always a little...
Storyteller, we have gained a generation, correct? Or dropped a generation, I should say.
You have dropped a generation. You have already done your rolls for your XP.
Yeah.
You decide on what you would like. I've already given you all the listings, but you do feel a new sense of power, a new sense of vitality, and you did not drop in humanity at all.
Broken ass ritual.
It is very broken.
Yes.
Yeah, that might have to be tucked away for the rest of the story. So.
Oh yeah, just maybe. unless suddenly we want to get a whole new subplot of red list hunting. And
Yeah,
no thanks.
no thanks.
Premier loopholes. Who knew we had them?
Yeah. All right. Well, Spotter, I'm sure your people will clean this up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still setting up. It's going to be look a little different next time you're here.
Okay.
Oh, Theo, did you want the ashes for anything?
Actually, I would love the ashes. They don't need to be brought to me anytime soon, but sooner rather than later. I have an idea. I want to test it, and I need Miss Giovanni's help to do it.
Ooh.
I wonder if his ashes are impacted at all by the drug he took.
I can do some research. My investigation into ash is often limited. It's not my expertise.
Yeah.
I'd almost say I'd see if I could ask a necromancer, but I don't know where one would be.
And let me spoil a little more of the fun. I've been asking around the creative and team blood of the city. They know pretty much nothing, and they can't be of help.
Are any of them going to Elysia?
Very few. You know, it's hard to get them to Elysia when everyone there looks down upon them.
Oh, I'll fix that.
Do you want the numbers?
Yes, because the next time I rolled into Elysia, I'll be rolling deep with Thin Bloods and Kaitif.
Oh my goodness.
All looking fly.
Bells will help with that.
Absolutely,
Yes,
she will.
You're going to make her weak.
Yeah, if those snobs want to act like that, yeah, I will throw it right in their fucking faces.
Oh, do tell the date, because we all need to be there to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Taylor will actually get a baggie out of her bag that she keeps with her and put some ash in it and pass it to Theodore so he can look at it or have someone else look at it. And she says, okay, well, ready to head over to the tower?
Anytime's any.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to talk with both of them. They have been so great companions in the city. I'm sure this will be a lovely time.
Hey, as long as you all know what you're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
All right. So we'll get back in the vehicle. We'll say goodbye to the Nos in the bay. And we'll head over to the tower.
Chicago Tribune building has been there for ages. If you don't know, just ask, look it up. Google is free. And it is a very huge building, but it's a historic building.
Just y'all.
It is. And as you guys go in, Jackson knows you guys are coming. So the security does let you go in, but they tell you to go into the main elevator. And as you go up, you're going all the way up to the top. You're going into his private office, which when you go in and enter, it's lavish, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It may be slightly redecorated from Peterson, but that's fine. And out on the balcony are the two Venture that you need to talk to as they have been talking. When you do come out onto this balcony that overlooks most of the city, you will notice that they are standing right over the crown of the building. And of course, on cue, Kevin how is my favorite group of people?
Favorites.
And he's not just saying it. he means it.
At
And
least
Naomi
this
smiles
week,
to
right?
everyone and, oh, come on, Dr. Hammond. That's just mean.
I've got to get my digs in where I can, you know.
Well,
It's
Doctor,
a Bruja thing.
You know, Naomi, can you believe what they're doing to me? And she just smiles and goes, it's what I do to you all the time.
See, that's why I like her.
And it's just like, wow, I'm getting in it for Spider, will you help me here?
Nope.
Wise man.
First, Kevin, I would like to follow up on Jocelyn, her state.
Yes. She's alive.
Good.
We did enroll her in Naomi's area, and she's actually taking care of her.
She looks to Naomi.
Oh, no. So Junie has to go. Yes. The Naomi will go in and go. Absolutely. We've taken her in. We are looking for a mala for her, preferably Bruja, because no offense, Dr. Hammond, I respect your clan and I don't want to raise her as a venture. She's got a bright mind and she's into humanitarian. And as I know,
I think I know the perfect person.
Okay.
Teach her the traditions because they
Absolutely.
will apply no matter what political affiliation she chooses.
That's what the school has no political affiliation. It is there specifically for the traditions and the education.
When she's done her education and that, let me know. I
Absolutely.
will speak with someone that I think would be a very good fit for her. I would possibly take her on myself, but I just do not have time. I know someone that will be very good.
Not a problem. Of course. I will make sure that first she passes and she is able to handle things. She's bright. She's a bright young woman. Plenty. May I underline, bold score, put this in neon. Plenty of ideas for humanitarian work. More so.
You're surprised.
No. My surprise is that how she got to hear through those channels.
Trying to understand how the Sabbat operate is an exercise in futility with certain aspects. But I can tell you that likely she was recognized for those inclinations and talents, and likely was a thought to possibly twist it.
Because she was in, I believe it was Northwestern.
Yes.
And that whole group was deep into the universities. So it looks like they're going through the universities.
Yep.
For more recruitment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They want as many bright ideas and minds to help to boost their numbers because they perhaps realize the old tactics might not be the best to follow up in this new age.
There's also possibly something else to it as well. And Magnus looks at the rest of them and is like, you all noticed how quickly she adjusted, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeper agents?
Well, not even necessarily sleeper agents. Think about what the goals of the Sabbat would be. One, chaos. Just loose someone in a crowded place, let them start breaking the masquerade because they're newly turned and they just need to start feeding because that's how every newly turned is. Massive masquerade breach if that happens. But the other part is that if they're smart, then they can hide for a little bit and get away and be a distraction to us.
Yep. I did.
It's not just it's not just about the chaos. It's also about keeping us distracted.
Keeping us busy so we don't see what they're doing when we're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
What I did know, asking around a few contacts of mine, is that scattered as they are, This abat's most likely trying to see what are our defenses from the inside.
Oh, yeah, they're also going to Hammond as well to fuck around with Maxwell's shit.
Please fuck around with Maxwell. It makes it easier.
I don't particularly care about that.
Yeah, no, please fuck around with Maxwell.
Yeah. But Kevin also wanted to let you know, both Prince Karlak of Prague and Prince Karen Suladela of Houston will be attending your convention.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Dr. Hammond.
Of course.
Now, and they both look at each other, and then they all look at you guys and goes, "What do you want?" Well, we got to pay.
She's going to let the gentleman go first.
Well, mine is a little less exciting than most, so I'll be doing first. This recent Sabbath activity has made us a little wary about our territory. The rack, as ragged as it is our home. So we would love to have more security on those parts. Best ways to, have to deal with threats before they become actual threats. So that's the boom I ask both of you. I do require that my territory, that is the rack, alongside my coteries, to be better secured.
Okay. I will do what I can. I will let you know when I can supply more people. Is that agreed?
Thank you.
You have to give me a little bit, but I will work on it.
We are, of course, building up our own, but it takes time, as you know.
Absolutely. But he pulls out, it looks like it's a little notebook, pen, and he starts writing. Who's next? Mm-hmm.
Well, mine's even less exciting.
Spire.
Yeah. I'm looking at some property over on the North Pier, Navy Pier.
You want?
Got a small piece, but I need some more warehouses. Things like that.
The top part of Navy Pier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want it all in your name?
I can get a name to you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Property.
Very straightforward.
Here. Yeah. If only life was only that way, my friend. Mm-hmm. Okay. Magnus, Theo?
I'll let you go, Dr. Sanchez.
All right. Well, Naomi, I would like the remaining shares of Metamorph Pharmaceuticals.
She just kind of looks at you, tilts her head, almost rocks back on one heel. She doesn't cross her arms exactly like this. She kind of goes like that and goes, don't you know? Okay.
Hey, storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not technically the best equipped for this, but I'm too curious to not try.
Mm-hmm.
What would I need to roll to see if I can get a sense of her emotional state from having to fulfill this request?
What's inside?
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same roll with a little twist. I'm gonna show for the first time a new power. I'm gonna scry the soul.
Sure, nice. Why not?
I'm gonna do it too, just for fun.
Is anyone else not wanting to? That's all Calvin.
See, you say roll for fun, but my roll was absolute trash. One success because fuck me, I guess.
I mean, fuck you, aka Tremere.
What understanding people? We need to do that.
Yeah. You have to hang out with us a little bit.
But whatever the one success gets me, I suppose. Yeah.
You believe her. I mean, she's toying with him. She's like, well, you have to earn. Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
So the immediate of she's playful. Okay.
7 successes.
Naomi is totally being playful right now. You guys totally earned it. You saved their asses, and she knows that Magnus wants it. but him to actually come here and ask for it, she's amused.
Mhm.
And he's asking for it as a boon of payment. Yes, Bastian.
I got 3 successes in Scry the Soul.
Okay, what would you like to know?
I'm gonna ask for her general emotional state. That's what you already gave to me.
Mhm.
I would like to also ask if she's under any influence of blood sorcery.
No.
Okay. Do I have a third question?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. I would like to ask if she has done Diablerie recently.
Being that she may or may not have been advised about a certain thing, you can't tell that because there is no traces of Diablerie.
Okay, Bastion is gonna keep that information for himself.
Thank you. But of course, Naomi will smile and nod to Magnus. And ironically enough, she will go to her purse, open up her purse, and hand Magnus an envelope as if she already knew.
He takes the envelope.
And it's all 51% of her shares.
He just smiles and gives her kind of a bow.
She'll bow her head back. They now looked at Theodore and Taylor.
Mine is actually a rather simple request from my perspective. I would simply ask, and he directs more of this question towards Naomi than Kevin, but of course he acknowledges both of them for it.
Mm-hmm.
If business-hungry Ventru were in the market for business partners, there are quite a few Tremere who would love to invest and provide assistance. And vice versa, of course. So what I'm asking is a working relationship between clans.
They look at each other for a moment and they look at you and go, okay. I mean, sure. Now, I could totally do that. I have a question for you. Did you talk to your Primogen on this one? Are you Primogen? Are we doing Primogen?
No, I am no Primogen. I'm not for Primogen ship. No offense.
That's fine. No, none taken. I'm just trying to make sure. Who am I going to direct these people to? Have you guys decided on one yet?
At the moment, that would be the representative of our chantry. You may address those concerns through Tracy Graves.
And they both go, oh, okay. Okay, sure. Miss Graves, right.
She's perfectly pleasant, I assure you.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. We like Tracy. We really do. No lie. Complete truth. No cap. But at the same time, wow. That woman does know how to work a boardroom faster than, look, she can make.
She's a challenge, huh?
Look, she makes a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocket chairs look like fun. She comes in, she knows exactly what she wants. And let's just say the art of negotiation with her, especially when she's trying to pull off a lovely ritual of yours that kind of does the thing is, I don't have the proper words to describe Miss Graves.
I am so sad I asked my favor already. I would totally work a boom for just to see that negotiation happening.
I'll bring the popcorn.
I'm sure you would. Let's just say she's very formidable, and especially when she knows what she wants, it's all or nothing.
Fantastic. Okay, so that leaves me for mine.
Yes.
Kevin, I need your connections within city government for contacts within Wicker Park's development.
Wicker Park?
Part of it is within the rack. There is an area that I am wanting to develop to better support the community.
Wicker Park? Oh, okay. I mean, just yell out a random neighborhood in Chicago. I'm being facetious.
I know.
Dr. Taylor.
And I'm just letting you get it out of your system.
Because what is...
Actually, Theo can't contain his giggle at that.
Are you trying to refurbish Wicker
I'm not
Park?
trying to basically colonize it. I am trying to actually support the community that is already there.
Okay.
Okay?
No.
And
I'm
I
hearing
just
you, but-
need contacts within those that are involved in that neighborhood's development. That's all I need.
Okay. Seeing with the alderman.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone in his office that can help move things through.
Okay.
So, and then she looks to Naomi. I'm also ready to start the Veterans Project.
She nods. She goes, same. Do you want that in Wicker Park too?
No, I want it near the veterans facilities, the clinics, the hospitals within the domain first. I want to start small. There needs to be housing for those that are homeless or at risk of being homeless. So find me reports on apartments, homes, whatever that can accommodate multiple people that are going cheap. I'll get them rehabbed.
Now, when you say cheap,
I don't want
cheap.
multi-million-dollar homes for these people.
No, I'm thinking more middle class.
Yes. Or even ones that are run down, abandoned, whatever. I can get them rehabbed.
All right. Okay. I hear you. I just have a standard.
I know you have a standard, but whatever's there, if there's good bones, we can rehab it.
Hence my standard.
Yeah.
I don't deal with weak buildings.
Yeah.
She just kind of gestures to Spotter.
Mm-hmm. Because, yeah, I have some contacts within that community, and there are some that are really struggling. So we need to get them help. And she looks to Kevin. If we want this domain to be truly the diamond it is meant to be, we have to support the people.
I agree. And that's why you guys are the eyes and ears to tell me what's going on, so we know where to support and throw the support at. I can't be everywhere and anyhow, but at the same time, I appreciate this.
And then she just kind of smirks to Kevin and says, don't worry, next time I'll ask for Cabrini Green.
I mean, gone.
No, that's his. So
I know. He's like, look, I know what you're asking for, but I also know where your heart is, and I know what your intention is. So to tell me you want Cabrini Green, I mean, say less, I'll give it to you now.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, then. You want to try and pull something on me, Dr. Hammond? I got you. I see you and I'm clocking you.
If we're talking about pulling something, I nearly as a joke said, I'll take the loop.
As they both kind of chuckle at each other, they both kind of chuckle and say, as much as we would love to give out territory, no.
Sorry, Theo, you're not me.
Actually, Kevin goes, you are. She's not wrong. And he just gently kind of gives you that buddy kind of gentle thing on your shoulder, and he's just
Theo's like noticing and recognizing that Kevin's being polite and patting him on the shoulder and all that, but internally he's just like, I'm 8th gen now. I don't have to take this crap.
The Tremere power tripping. Color me surprised.
Hey, it's an internal power trip. I'm not being a bitch about it.
I mean, not wrong.
Bastion is gonna lean in and go, we still love you, Theo.
But that's
Sorry, Dr.
it.
Smith. Yeah.
The favors are not truly for me. They're for the people. So
no, I understand. I appreciate that. That's why I'm looking at it going, yes, we could definitely help you with that. It's not a problem. Let me know when you want to do Cabrini Green. I ain't joking with you on this one. And I know. You're such a busy doctor doing all the things all over the
You have
world.
to take a leave of absence to handle all the shit on my plate, Kevin.
I know. I'm not saying I want to give it to you now. And he'll kind of look over at Magnus and going, I want to totally give it to her now. But I know for a fact you're busy. I appreciate this. So not a problem. We will handle this and we will do it to your specifications. You let us know what you want. We'll foot the bill. I might even tell Ballard he's got to do something.
Oh, he can pay for the rehab.
He can pay for all of it for all I care.
That's fine too.
The man fucking rolls in dough. I mean, literally.
Yeah, but he can pay for the rehab. Let him contribute to the community too.
We kind of look at each other and go, Dawn, damn, I can actually make that man do something now. Finally.
Hell, you could even sell it to him in an alternate context of Ballard Industries helping out Chicago even further, which would only increase his standing.
Instead of only helping the pasta industry.
Oh,
I mean,
and she just looks at both of them. Dear hearts, I have been using Richmond's money since 1808. This is perfectly fine.
Miami goes, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get that chance till later.
Make up for lost time.
You're not wrong. And then Kevin will just look at Dr. Smith and go, are you sure you're not Toreador? Because that's a whole lot of PR spin you just gave us.
I've had to have a certain mentality about me as I've established a chantry.
He's had to learn how to be social.
It was quite difficult, but I managed.
I taught him a little bit.
I tried my best.
Actually, my biggest tutors were my dear Dr. Taylor here, as well as Primogen Josephine. She also taught me.
They all just look at each other and go, facts. She teaches everyone. If there's one thing we've all learned from Josephine, you either learned something, got taught something, or you were schooled. That woman schools me almost every night. I have learned to be on my toes because she will show up at a moment's notice. I don't know how the hell she does it. I still don't, and I don't even want to figure out how and why. But every time there's something or a lesson or something, there she is right there. Oh, Mr. Jackson. Oh, fuck. Then I know that's it.
Storyteller, I have to ask, how was Kevin's impression of her?
Not good.
Not good. Okay. I think it was much.
He did it too nasally and too northern. Look, I can't do her accent. Okay. I'm too northern.
Her accent is very similar to how we spoke in Britain during my day.
Like I said, I'm too northern. I respect this. I understand my limits. The only thing that she can't outdo me on is some things with guns, because I can handle a 9mm faster than she can. However, she can redo and reshoot faster than I can with a rifle.
What we're hearing is you can handle small tools very well.
Listen, it's not the size of the tool that counts. It's the size of the mission that matters.
It's how you use it.
Yes. Don't shake your head at me, Spotter. I see you.
So everyone says.
Look. Anyhow, being that I got your list of boons, when do you guys, besides the security, I can get your property for you, Spotter, probably this week if that's good. For Magnus, you're good. Theo, I will invite Tracy up for talks and we will open up business with your clan.
If it helps, I will also be in attendance with her on this because I feel this is an important step.
Bless you.
If you think I'm going to help, that's a fool's errand, but
no. Your presence will bring me some sort of security because that woman is just she's an interesting. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth and I'm not going to say for anything further. Dr. Taylor, We'll get that stuff to you. We'll start talking with Ballard. We'll make sure everything gets ready. Well, it'll take a little bit. We'll put the ball in motion.
That's okay. If you can prioritize getting me a contact in the alderman's office, that would be very helpful because I'm ready to start moving in Wicker Park.
Oh yeah, I'll give it to you this week. That's not a problem.
Perfect.
But everything else, give us a few.
Excellent.
No, yeah, you're good. As for your VA project, yeah, we can start working on finding housing. We'll probably can you give us like 3 weeks and we'll actually get some really nice real estate? And I'm not talking high end. We're talking decent.
Yeah.
Good structure.
I'm looking for basically, it's not so much shelters. I want it to be independent living for them, but it may have to be kind of similar to like a group home structure, shared spaces, or possibly apartments, something like that.
Yeah, we were thinking more apartments with like a common room in the middle, like a quad.
Yeah, like a quad. Perfect.
Would it be more feasible to purchase condemned buildings, demolish them, and then construct them in proper
Whatever
housing?
seems to be workable.
If you demolish it all, then that's more taxes.
Yes.
And then you have to redo everything. It's a whole new zoning bullshit. If we at least leave one wall up, which still shows that the structure still remains, we can build around from that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. And I'm asking this because if I don't, I'll feel stupid. We're talking about kind, correct?
Yes.
Again,
I'm talking about U.S. military veterans that are not supported the way they should be.
Okay. I'm asking because I'll make sure that there's greenery, parks, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So not just, here's a building.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Have
landscaping,
possibly a garden for them if they're inclined towards that. I mean, something. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Green. We'll do the landscaping, make sure there's a garden, a path, all that, throw in some Knights of Knee in there. If they want to do a path and some shrubbery, we got you.
She does not laugh at the joke.
That's fine. He's just throwing it out there.
Magnus chuckles.
I got some nuts. That's all. Junie's happy. I got some nuts. We'll make sure that's taken
She's
care
like uber passionate about this, so she's very serious right now.
No. He's serious. He's like, I got you. That we'll make sure that that's feasible for kind, but actually making sure that it's drawing in more of the community around.
Yes.
So it's bringing in other people so they're not just sitting there alone and playing for cheesy.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
No.
And it needs to be close to the facilities, even if it's not right next to them, but close enough for public transit, that kind of, or walking distance, whatever, so that they can get to their care conveniently.
Well, I'm thinking walking distance mostly because some of them may or may not be able to drive. So let's give them walking distance walking distance.
Or right on the bus line or something. I mean, yeah.
That's not a problem. We'll scope it out. We'll look it out. We'll make some plans. Before we purchase, we will run it by you so that it's conducive to your idea.
Appreciate it.
All right. Anything else you guys would like besides an ice cream shop? Because I have a feeling sometimes we're just going to sit down and have a drink.
Actually, and Theo's going to quick glance at Magnus, since this is going to directly refer to a certain restaurant. But Theo's clearly like double checking, like, is the invite okay?
Magnus gives a nod.
Before he'll then look at both of them. I think there is a restaurant that you two should dine at some point soon. At least once for the experience.
Kevin arches a brow. Naomi already knows because Spotter took her. So she's just going to smile, walk over to Spotter, hook her arm with his, and she's just going to sit there and watch.
You really should try the Turkish Delight. It's amazing.
Yeah. The name is appropriate.
He looks over at Naomi. Naomi's not saying a word. She's just leaning against Spotter, not saying nothing. Okay, what's this inside joke I'm not getting?
Oh, here, to add to your confusion, when you arrive, think about meals that brought you comfort. Would probably be a good place to start.
What in the Sam how?
Oh, and you can absolutely end it with the wine. The selection there is perfect.
Okay.
And the best part is you don't have to upchuck it later.
Okay, would somebody gonna tell me what this place is?
Actually, John, I, as a player, am forgetting the name of the restaurant.
Give me a
John's
second.
looking
He's
for it
looking
now.
it up.
I know that brightness on his face, like, oh shit, information here.
I'm trying to remember where
I don't remember.
we put the name.
That's okay. Insert name here.
Blah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
We'll edit in post.
There is no post. This is live.
I know. What's post? We'll edit it sometime or another. Anyhow, he'll just go, okay, and I can eat anything.
Yes. But be careful mentioning food after you're seated, because even if you're just, mentioning with your companions some food that you like, it will be delivered to you. Oh, yeah. The chef can hear when you talk about food. Nothing else is heard. Nothing else is heard. But when you talk about food, the chef hears it and prepares it.
Who is this run by?
Things that technically I don't think we should interact with, but screw it.
Well, some things that some of the old stories refer to them as the wild ones.
Oh, fuck, Magnus.
Yes.
Why?
Kevin, we have fostered.
Want to be able to eat food?
We have also fostered positive relations, not just amongst kindred. We have done so amongst werewolves. We have done so amongst mages. We have done so amongst the Fae. This domain will be so stable because everyone's invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you.
And that's why we're your favorites.
I mean, you guys have always been my favorites.
I know that for me specifically, that's true because I've always loved you, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Bastion. Absolutely. Okay, I will try this place. Do I say that you guys sent me?
I don't know
Yes.
if they'll care.
Okay.
If
mean,
nothing else, maybe mention Dr. Sanchez.
He is the one that facilitated the deal.
Magnus just reaches into his coat and pulls out a card for the restaurant and hands it to Kevin.
Mm.
And we're currently working on a deal to have a cafe in Wicker Park.
Hence why you need the alderman.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. I see what you're putting down. As long as I see where the path is going, I get it. Hey, I may be a venturer, but sometimes little pieces of nuggets of information help me connect the dots. At least I'm not using a crayon like some people. I'm not saying who. I'm just saying some people.
Oh, definitely those kids that were in the bar the other night when we found.
Oh, they're.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they were definitely drawing with crayons.
Naomi just smiles and goes, Critias has his new plot of students.
Mm.
I need to catch up with him. That bastard owes me a whip.
Oh. Well, I mean, he just received one.
Did he?
His whip was actually looking at it, and she was envious of it.
Who's his whip now?
Oh, Balana.
Mm.
Well, it was
Good
his
for
child.
her.
It might as well.
Good for her. He threatened to make me it, and I was like, no.
Ashton just goes, as much as I love to see you in court, Dr. Hammond, as much as it brings me joy, I know you hate the place.
Exactly.
That's why I don't ask you here very often. However, I did hear what happened the last time you went to Elysium.
Oh, what'd you hear? And she's just grinning like the Cheshire Cat.
I first heard this song, and then I heard this song, and then I heard all the cattailing afterwards.
Wow, surmised it rather cleanly there.
Look, there are some times where there isn't enough words that would actually be able to facilitate nor describe the.
I just love irritating the shit out of that bitch.
Oh, Zoya was right there with you, and Zoya actually turned around and, from what I understand, has brought them down so far down a peg of fashion. I don't know how they're recovering.
Yeah.
How about that, Taylor? You're a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Look, there's certain people I like to hang around with, and
the poor Toreador.
There are worse burdens to bear, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, once you got a pancake ass, you got a pancake ass.
And that I don't have.
I was going to make that joke.
And
Sorry,
by the same token, Bastion, you notice Theo's like staring at you because you made the Toreador comment, and he's just a little miffed by it.
Hey, self-depreciating jokes at times help, because we all realize that even though we are our clans, we are not always our clans.
I absolutely do not identify with my clan. They are a piece of stuff shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm sorry, but the slutty 80s are gone.
Oh, you mean the Horiadors?
Yes. Not wrong.
There's too many terms for that.
And I wouldn't do any of that.
Deserved, each and every one of them.
I mean, is it a dessert? You actually look at, they ain't a scoop. They're a whole sloshy mess. We all know it.
Yeah, let's not try and act sexy here when our asses can literally flatten the chair. But anyway,
look here, I got quarters off these gluteus maximuses. Okay, quarters bounce.
I was not talking about you, Jackson.
I know they should all match us. You know.
Oh well, do enjoy your evenings.
Oh, I will, now that you guys have come to visit, and I now have wonderful work to do for you all for a thank you. I have no problem. Actually, I like when you guys come because you guys make it easier.
Oh.
They make the night easier. I enjoy your visits, okay? Not everyone can say the same, but I appreciate and enjoy.
So what you're saying is you owe us each a minor style of boon for recharging your batteries.
No, Dr. Smith, I already paid you. You did this just to get paid, but I get enjoyment out of your visits.
Look at that. He's learning.
I know, right? It's scary when the Tremere learn it. Wait, don't talk to Tracy about that.
Don't talk to Tracy about what, Kevin?
Exactly.
By the way, Junie, I am talking to Tracy about that. Kevin doesn't need to know that I'm going to do it, but she's going to learn this. She's going to learn most of this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Now I've got to play Tracy with that shit. All right, fine. Here we go. Doing it live. Anyhow, Kevin's like, okay, well, I mean, hey, come anytime. I know you guys don't come anytime, but whenever you need to talk to me, door's open. I appreciate y'all. Really, honestly. I won't go fangirling because I already know half of Spotter's people already fangirl over all y'all anyhow. Don't tell me I'm not wrong, Spotter.
Not.
No, thank you. I had Doug out here like last week talking to me all about Dr. Hammond's style and how the way she walked and did the whole boss act in the Elysium. I was like, oh my God. She's like, I want to learn how to walk like that and be like it was like bombastic boss-tastic.
And Taylor looks to Spotter and I said, did she just meet like her hero tonight?
Kevin just looks and says yes.
I sure hope I didn't disappoint.
No, you might have. Sounds like you may need to offer some tutoring.
Wait, did Duggett really meet Taylor tonight?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta go see her later on. That's it. That's my meeting now. Oh my God, I met Taylor. I hope you all understand just how much Dugout talks.
I would have empathy for you, Kevin, but I am what I am, and I'm sorry it brings you discomfort.
Oh, you don't.
Heavy.
Not the slightest. Don't even lie to me, lady. I love you, but no.
Heavy is the crown in the head of the prince, isn't it?
Listen here, Rose. I hear enough. All right. Is there anything else I could do for you before I turn around and become, Burger King, getting it your way?
Thank you for your cooperation, your understanding, and above all, for participating in the random ask projects we all seem to have.
And thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I forgot refreshments.
Don't worry
bad.
about it. We're fine.
Okay, cool.
And frankly, this was more a business meeting than anything else.
It's perfectly fine.
True. All right. Well, thanks, you guys. Okay. Again, I do appreciate you guys for doing everything that you do, because I know it's not just for you, it's for the city, which actually means a whole lot to me. Just go spread the good fuckery, and I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Catch you for bowling next week.
Wait, what?
Bastion leaves.
Theo follows after, and just the last thing people hear is, wait, bowling?
Yeah. Wait, I might want to do that.
You hear Kevin in the background going, Jay, do I have bowling next week?
He does now.
He does now.
And as the prince is now figuring out, does he actually have a bowling league, and does he have to name them something like the Venture Vultures or something? And what's his shoe size in bowling shoes? And does he have to get a bowler shirt now? I don't know.
Oh, he absolutely has to have a bowler shirt.
and as a venture, we all know that his bowling ball is going to be platinum plated.
Yes. Or golden.
I don't know. We'll find out. Now he's got to figure out all of this stuff. And as he's now contemplating his existence of trying to out Bastion in bowling, we're going to go break.
Yep. So
see you in 10.
Yes, we will be right back, y'all, in about 10 minutes.
Hi, we're back. I still have lost my mind, but that's fine. We have a couple of places that people need to be and people need to talk to. So we're actually going to go start with Bastion. I know, right?
So I do believe that Bastion requested that Laura meet him at the cell block.
Mm-hmm. Are you in the special part of the cell block?
Yes. Because I do assume that she's not coming up from the front door. So he's actually looking at the walls, at the floor.
From the windows to the walls. It's interesting. Nobody really sees or understands how gargoyles move. Being that they are creatures not just of their own habit, but ironically enough, they're of the city, as if Chicago embraced them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as you sit there, one of the walls ripples. In the way it ripples is it's like almost like somebody has arrived and it's creating a door. And as you see Laura come out, it's this melting away between rock and gargoyle. And as she comes out, she has to almost like take a breath and separate herself from the wall, separating herself from the rock that she had been like almost encased in. And she'll slowly come out and open up her eyes and look around, kind of questioning again, why is she here? But she looks and she sees you. To go, oh, Curlyman, how are you?
Hello, Laura. I'm doing all right. Please have a seat.
Do you want me to? I chair not sturdy enough.
Okay. If you prefer to be standing.
She kind of just taps her arm as rock, wood.
He agrees. Well, Laura, I do have to have a little chat with you. I had discovered recently capacity of my blood in which allows me to do something rather unique. My blood allows me to see into the past of people, and I can bring some things from the past to the present, some images of the people, from the people. And
you see pictures of people.
Memories. And I can act on those memories, transform them into reality. I was told about your past.
The Lord, not the Lord, lady. The lady told you.
Yes, we were talking, and I received a photograph
Of me.
Yes.
Dr.
Taylor?
Yes. I have to remember, she's not a lord, she's a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor. Okay. Dr. Taylor said she has picture of me before turn.
Yes.
And she showed me English, so hard to understand. She showed me before she tells me that we put garden back together.
Did the picture bring anything in your mind?
Little, very little. I went and read books. More books. I know I like to read books.
I see. Well, I asked because I can, like I said, I can bring memories into the real world. My clan is mostly artists and things like that. I wasn't very into that, but I think helping you is something worth it.
You help me?
Well, you're going to be the judge of that. And Bastian brings out the same box. I asked you to see it for a reason. And then he opens it and takes out the bust and puts it in front of Laura.
Yeah, just make me do a willpower to hit. That's fine. Just make me do that. That's okay. Do you need roll willpower? Okay.
Hey.
As you display the bust, she almost takes a couple steps back, almost like she's not sure what she's looking at, but it deep down resonates with her. There's a flash of frightened, almost scaredness, appreciation, but there's almost a flash of recognition, a flash of, I know that face. And she will look at it and go, touch?
It's clay. It's fragile, but you can.
She'll take her finger and gently on your arm, she'll do almost like the most featherous. It's like her fingers basically gliding on your skin. She'll go, touch.
Touch.
And she will gently go to the piece and softly touch. And she'll go, ears always came from here. Didn't want to go, but was made to. There. She'll point right to the nose. The Lord bat me on my nose once when I talked back to him. I know that's Dr. Taylor, but she would go, he at the time would go, open your eyes. Told me open eyes because life was more than what it seemed. You bap her on nose.
I'll be sure to do that.
She might kill you.
She
It'll
won't.
be worth it. Oh, then I will watch from silence and see reaction. There. And she will point to here and go, hold to remember. I don't remember. Was important. She say something about flowers. Important flowers. I don't remember.
You see?
But she said mother. And I don't remember why. You ask.
I can ask that for you, no problem.
Okay. Do I look at it? And she just sits there and looking at the statue like, do I? She's not sure what to do. She's kind of asking for no social contact clue here. So she's kind of going like, do I look at it? You leave here for me to look?
It's yours.
What do you mean mine?
I meant that I did it for you.
Do I pay you money? I do not have money. Do you need task?
I have interests, of course. Every kindred does, but this one was a gift.
Gift from you to me?
Yes. I can't imagine not to remember what being human feels like. My clan is the most connected to the human side, but I, speaking as an individual, am really connected to that. And so when I decided that I would help you, it was for that. I really think it's worth it.
Can I do personal thing?
Of course.
You sure? You know her easy, do you?
I don't.
Promise?
I do promise.
She just turns around, grabs you into a big old hug. It's not just a hug. It is think of the most powerful hug Bastion has ever gotten and times that by 10. It's like the mountain has grabbed you and just said, to me. And it's like, it's not trying to crush you, but it's like trying to show you appreciation only a rock can.
Let's be real, a couple bones at least splinter a bit.
I mean, his back might get realigned. This is fine.
Bastion
Chiropractor.
does his best to hug her back.
She'll go, little man here. And she will take your arms and put it around her neck and go, it's better for you.
He goes, thank you.
And then she will kind of, not like comedically, but kind of, it's a heartfelt, gentle pat on the back. And she's not trying to do it hard, but she's trying to show appreciation. She's trying to show emotions she hasn't felt in over 100 years.
When she lets out Bastion.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah. Bastion indeed clears a few blood tears from his eyes, not from the pain.
Oh, she's crying.
But from the
absolutely.
moment. Yes. And he takes out I'll snatch it and clears and helps her with her eyes as well.
Rock leaking?
Yes.
Sorry.
I really appreciate all the help you did to us back then, Laura.
Do you need help? We help.
Yes. And you needed help, so I helped.
Lord, thanks. This is big words. Hold on. English so hard. Most appreciated.
Which language would be easiest for you to talk?
Greek.
I can try and learn Greek. I do
Greek
have
easy.
I do have a very nice professor in mind.
You tell lady teach. She teach everyone.
And
he likes teaching.
And then we can have some conversations. What do you say?
You want to talk to me?
Of course. I want to talk with all of you gargoyles. All of you need help in some way or another. If I can do that, help you reconnect a little, I'm more than happy to do it. To the others that I don't know very well, I might ask a thing or two in return, but I really need it.
You sure, Little Rose?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I tell others.
It's not easy. And I sympathize. And I'm happy that you have everyone around you that supports you as well, Laura.
Don't sympathize. It's how you say okay. I don't say what other people say is fine. But okay, being I'm here. I can still help. I can still do things. And okay, because I still have purpose. I'm not upset.
I'm glad that you can find meaning.
Do you have meaning too, Little Rose?
I do.
You smell better than the other roses, and she'll gently pat his head.
Especially better than the other one that was down there.
She no rose. She weed.
I am aware. But as I said before, those talks we can have in the future.
You do this for others. Others will help you in ways you don't know.
Thank you, Laura.
You have to go somewhere, little man?
Not particularly tonight.
Do you want to go somewhere?
I honestly want to take some time for myself.
Do you walk or do you go where?
Let's go wherever you want to take me then.
No, you tell me where you go happy.
Let's see your friends.
You sure?
Oh, yes. They all have been so lovely.
We take better weight. Can you put pretty thing in box for me? I don't want to smash.
He puts it, I'll carry it for you.
Oh, put in box because we go place where you need to carry.
Oh, sure. And he puts it on a box for her.
Okay. I pick you up now.
Of course.
And she will just bridal carry you out the door, and then she will climb the next building over. She'll go up a couple of stories, and then she will soar. And she will fly in between. She's going to go in between. Yes, there's a little bit of a masquerade breach, but this is fine. And she will soar down into the place that you know how to get into the Undercity, and she will fly you down there.
Okay.
And that's where you will go and meet the rest of your and meet the rest of Laura's family. So Beauty and the Beast has now soared down to the Hidden City. And
it is a tale as old as time, isn't it?
You're not wrong. And as we do that, where are we finding Spotter and Theo?
It starts with Theo pulling up in a car and grabbing a box off his passenger side and getting out. Whereabouts has Theo ended up? I'd love to know.
You end up at, let me put it in chat. It's a white 2-story. And if you're looking at the building and you look left, you can see Wrigley Field. It is literally right up the street. So it's a little setback. It's a different color than the rest of them. It's white stone rather than brick. Actually, I don't know if Charlie's home because Charlie lives on the first floor.
Yeah, probably. But she's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing her own thing.
So yeah, he'll let you in.
And he steps through, and Theo will hand you a box, and it's very clear what it is because there's no wrapping. He doesn't know how to, but it is a box that says 3D chess and shows a lovely picture printed on the cardboard of a chessboard that has 3 layers to it.
Jeez. Is this some Star Trek bullshit?
No, oddly enough, this has been around since the 1850s.
Oh, geez.
In much a different style, of course, but similar concept.
Interesting.
It is chess and chess and chess.
It's a lot of chess.
Yes, it's something that you have to keep in mind. And I felt it was an interesting and different sort of, I suppose, housewarming. I'm sure you didn't move in here recently, but I've never been.
Thank you. That is much appreciated. Well,
and I hope it will help you think in layers as the current head of the Nosferatu.
Okay. This is the kind of night it's going to be. All right.
Spotter, if it helps, there is a very easy way for you to stop being called that.
Okay. That's too many layers for me. You're going to have to spell it out.
You have a sword. You simply need to pass it on to the next wielder.
That's true.
You will still probably have quite a lot of respect, but I think they would see you differently, only because that sword carries context.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that yet.
It's truly your decision. I am not envious of it.
No, and I appreciate the thought, the perspective, but there's something we all know something's coming, and I can't quite give it up just yet. I might need to use it.
Entirely fair.
Okay, so you're not down in the lair yet. He'll yell out, "Charlie, say hi to Dr. Smith."
Hey, Doc Smith.
Hello.
And
Yeah,
then,
something.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
No, I'm just making sure you're polite.
That door opens up faster than Spotter can blink.
Spotter now has celerity. I'm only kidding.
And she will open up that door and go. She will thrust her hand out towards Smith.
And he'll step forward and take it, shake.
It's a good firm shake.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure. Hope you're doing great. Hope everyone else is doing good. How's your family and kids? Fantastic. Great. Are you happy now?
I'll be happy. That was lovely.
Great. Hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
She will then slowly slink back and close the door.
And Theo will turn back to Spotter with a smirk and just say, cheeky.
Mm-hmm. That's why I pick them usually. Anyway, so we get down to the basement. It's not really used. There is some stuff down there, just storage. And he'll actually get to a corner of the basement. It looks, if you're super perceptive, you'll see it's not quite flush with the rest of the floor. And, well, he protects his with potence, so he just lifts up a massive concrete hatch.
And Theo will nod and duck under to get into the actual living space, as it were.
So he follows, lets it come down. It's probably not what you expected from a sewer haven. It's still a sewer, like there's still the sewer walls and the old brick, and it's pretty dark. But it almost looks like, how do I describe it? Not a super upscale, but if you were in a nicer part of the city and had a condo or a furnished apartment, that's what it looks like. It's really, really nice, actually. And it's actually really good for company. It's got couches, it's got a TV for probably baseball. He doesn't want to go to the park. But yeah, it's not huge or anything. It's a small layer, small haven. He'll show you around a little bit. There's a room for, what passes for sleep. There's a corner with, how do I describe how a Nosferatu looks at the city? And the meme we put in chat sometimes with the crazy guy from Philly, like looking at the wall. That's what his kind of coordination room is. He that's how he organizes his thoughts when he's worrying about things in the city.
A lot of paper and string and push pins.
Yes, exactly. And pictures. Exactly.
Okay. And when it gets to that point, Theo's eyes will trace and track everything just to sort of see, all right, this ties up with this and that. Weird.
Exactly. That's what he does in his time when he's not with you guys. But yeah, you wanted to see your gift, and he leads you over to the coffee table. And it's a wooden coffee table, but it's a glass top with a small latch, and you can see the cards displayed inside on the coffee table.
I'm guessing they're lined up next to each other and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
chronologically.
I believe I said so before, but truly, I was so astonished at how easy these were to come by. I would think that rare baseball cards would be rarer.
They are. It's not. There's a market for them. People have them. It's just a matter of knowing who to ask, and you seem to know who to ask. So,
I think I got lucky, but at the same time, I will not turn down a stroke of luck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Spotter will put the game on the coffee table too.
Mm.
So, what do you think?
Firstly, quite cozy. Compared to some of the Nosferatu havens I've heard about, quite cozy. And you don't have any sewer gas smell, which I've heard can sometimes be a major problem.
No, this section isn't quite used, and as you're kind of sitting down, you're going to notice, since you're a magic user, you're going to notice something about the place. Spotter doesn't even he's used to it, but you will notice something is a little off about the place.
Well, I'm a Tremere by heart, so sense the unseen storyteller, and would love to investigate what the something I'm noticing is.
Which part are we referring to, Spotter, so the storyteller can say something?
Oh, it is built on a ley line congruence.
Thank you. When you do sense the unseen, not only do you see almost like a pattern, it's veins. And it's veins that are not exactly grid-like. They're more organic. They're almost like a tree, like the tree roots, but there's no center point. It's all spidered out in a way that interconnects, almost like what would remind you of branching of veins. But the veins don't start off big and go small. These are all the same. And you can see that they are interconnected all the way through, as if he's literally tapped into a vein of Chicago.
And Spotter just sees Theo mutter focal point before looking back to him.
Oh, right. I forget other people are sensitive to this stuff. Yeah, it seemed like a good place to build when I found it. He kind of scratches his head a little bit. If you were human, it would freak you out. Anybody in the sewers that isn't one of us kind of just gets the heebie-jeebies and turns around. So we don't get any visitors. It's good.
If it's any consolation, I have been told by my revenants that my home, while comfortable to them, would scare most rational humans away. So it seems that we share that in our living space.
Yeah, well, keeps nosy people out. So, or at least nosy humans. So, yeah. Did actually have a reason for talking to you.
Do tell. And Theo adjusts and folds his hands in his lap and looks attentive.
So, this is something, if I understand correctly, your clan is proficient with, if not you specifically. What my concern is, I'm going to say Bastion. My concern isn't Bastion. My concern is what was done to him. He didn't tell us it was done to him. He told us he was alone with her, and we surmised what happened. Because it's who we're talking about.
Yes, unfortunately, we are talking about an exception, not a rule. So,
okay. That is kind of my concern, because how would any of us know if that was done to us? Me, you, Magnus, Taylor.
Just on surface, it's actually rather hard to tell. I will fully admit to you, Spotter, I am not someone who works specifically with memory. My limited talents in that lie in direct control. The little bit of memory I can affect, I affect by reaching in, ripping it out, and walking away. To say that I am a machete is very accurate. More often than not, I find if you are looking into research or specificity with memory, you would more likely find such talents among the Ventru. because they oftentimes feel that they are responsible for cleanup and organization and what have you. I'm not saying that there aren't those among the Tremere who do utilize memory, but I don't believe we are as practiced at it.
Interesting. Well,
we use it for its practicality, not for the scope and breadth of what can actually be achieved with the abilities.
Understood. They're the venture are more in the limelight, and they use their powers as such.
Indeed.
You are not. As a matter of fact,
when it comes to the finer points of memory, as I have had it explained to me, those with such talents can, how best to say this, they can also observe the work of others through it.
Oh.
And so through that, they can learn if another has been tampered with, as it were. But as I stated at the beginning, we are speaking of an exception. An old exception that I am certain probably has talents outside the scope of what we could consider possible. I don't know what the limits on such abilities would be, but I would assume they exceed what we are capable of.
As a matter of fact, I do have a venture whose brain I could pick. But, okay. What about other options? Outside the box, like we know other supernaturals. I mean, this kind of thing isn't exclusive to us, I don't think, or would imagine.
A mage could probably determine something, although I don't know any at present. I'm still working on meeting some.
Okay.
Fortunately, from what I've heard, we may have some connections there through a certain faith.
Right.
But you would have to ask Dr. Hammond on that one.
I might. Maybe I'll ask Magnus about the Fae.
Actually, if they can determine what we are craving in terms of food, I would think most memories could be available to them.
That's a fair point.
My mind never refers to them first because most of what I do, I tend to just avoid things like that. I've heard horror stories of what happens to kindred who interact with the changelings too much.
Right.
Some horror story with some Nosferatu. La Sombra, my apologies.
Well, we saw what happened when we messed with the fetish, so.
Yes, and I honestly don't know if the werewolves could determine anything with memory. I'm not sure if they have talents like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could ask questions if the other leads don't pan out, but well, that helps. I'm still concerned, but it does help.
In a more personal vein, I am in the works of trying to create a ritual that can pull forth locked or dormant memory. It is in its early development. I have no true understanding of the process I'm trying to create yet. I will most likely be seeing if any gargoyles are willing to give me blood samples. Because things that have their memories altered already are a good starting point. As well as... No, I feel I can share this with you. I'm sure many Nosferatu already know about her as well, but have you ever heard of Ublosatha?
I mean, 8-Ball probably mentioned her a time or two when I was first.
She is a well-known gargoyle within Chicago. And she has a uniqueness that many others do not. She remembers everything. And I think that could also be a decent key to helping unlock the memories of the other gargoyles. If this ritual develops the way I am anticipating it to, I could potentially pull up memories from things other than the gargoyles. But that is somewhat down the line until I can get proper experimentation and facilitation.
Right, and we wouldn't want to leave the people worse off that had them, had the lost memories. Of course.
Yes, the last thing that I need is to piss off a bunch of gargoyles and break some of them further.
Yeah, right.
There is already tension, and I know that as much as Lura and Ublo are quite content with me, as far as I can tell, I'm certain there are some gargoyles that would still hold animosity.
Right.
I am not so comfortable with that type of creature as to think that I am wholly welcomed and liked. Because even though I have not done any such creation myself, by the association of my blood alone, I am walking on eggshells.
That's fair. And we only met the one rook when we were down there. There's more than one. And I don't recall hearing anything else about them, but I would have to imagine they stayed away because they wanted to stay away for whatever reason.
So in terms of what I can do with memory, I simply will just continue on my research if that seems to be the best vein. And I can try to speak to others on just how dominant you can be over memory and thought. But truly, I'm an amateur at best in that regard.
Do you think having familiarity with it by being able to use it grants you any extra insight into it?
90% of the time. The other 10, hit or miss.
Okay.
Most of my expertise comes from sorcery. And through sorcery, understanding is power and control. So the more you are familiar with something, the smoother the process, the better the result.
Fair
so
enough.
I more am just speaking from a thaumaturgist mentality.
Right. Well, I do feel a little better. At least I have some leads to track down. Do you have anything? I don't want to be a terrible host.
Nothing that immediately springs to mind, aside from maybe just some small curiosities, but nothing dire.
Can I stop by the library if I need books?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We already have quite the collection.
Right. I figure I like to be a little hands-on with my research, so.
And if you wish, I have a rather extensive personal library as well.
Excellent.
And as the scene is winding down, are you guys good, or did you need to talk about anything else?
Yeah, It's probably just going to be a bit more shooting the shit, and then Theo will head home.
As you guys shoot the shit, where is Magnus and Taylor going?
We're going to Josephine's. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to have a little conversation in the car before we get there.
Absolutely. You let me know when you've arrived.
Okay. So, Magnus, you've heard a little bit about my plans.
Yes.
I know you're interested. Curious.
Yes.
I want to develop the building I've acquired in Wicker Park, because honestly, there is also 7 others interested. after the incident with Khalil. I need more space.
Mhm.
If people are coming to learn and to become more than the sum of their parts through that learning, they need space to do so. And as accommodating as my home is, it just isn't big enough for that many people to be doing such. So I'm happy to guide you on the path. I can provide you a book that will help, that you should read. I, amongst other Bahari scholars, collaborated on it together. We did not publish it under our own names because it is considered heresy, and was at the time it was published. But it is the truth by which we could agree, based on our research and findings. And I think that will help you to better comprehend and make a decision. But what I truly wish to accomplish here is not a takeover like was done in Budapest. Budapest is a takeover of that domain. It's not terrible, but it is if you're not Bahari. And I don't want that here. I want to work organically within the area, to support it, to make sure it's stable, to address problematic elements and resolve them.
I'm glad you're not thinking of a takeover, because I've known Edith for a while. I respect her. I would not trust her to think of anyone other than her own.
I agree. That's why I'm wanting to do it in conjunction with the area's gardens, as almost like satellites for specific needs. But I wish for my garden to be the heart of it, the core. There is a name for the type of garden I'm wanting to create. It was an ancient garden in Jericho. It was called Dehanu. It was a garden of renewal. It was a place where anyone could come, work on quieting their beast, placating it, learning, becoming more in tune with their true selves. And that is my goal. But being that I am Bruja, I don't want to do it just for vampires. I want to do it for any that need that support. So, still interesting to you?
Yes. Kind of funny. Do you know the reason why I spoke with the cousins about developing food that our kind could eat and actually taste?
Why did you do that?
Sure, I've said this before, but I'm a doctor, and I see the city as my patient. Our kind can be beneficial to it But the further removed we get from our humanity, from living, the more we become a danger to it.
Absolutely.
And so, one of the most, scientifically speaking, one of the strongest ties to memory is scent, which is tied to taste.
Yes, it is.
If we can get these older kindred, because there are so many older kindred in this city, to taste the things they remember, to have those memories come back of what it was to be alive, to feel alive, and maybe to realize what they've lost in those decades and centuries since. I think in a small way it could start opening them up maybe to the idea of needing to be renewed, to reconnect to their humanity instead of turning their backs on it. Because a lot turn their backs on it and just try to hang out without going white, but not
revel
really
in their own monstrosity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I can see that. I can see that. I dare say don't invite Ballard. I swear that man has gained weight since you got embraced.
I can tell you, since I was there when he did, he hasn't gained weight, but it does sometimes seem that way.
I'm not sure how that could be possible, but I know he likes to really eat. But
he does seem to be able to at least taste some food.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like he needs
that. He needs that. Right.
Of course, he will probably hear of it sooner or later because information.
And then he'll
is
make
a form
sure
of
he has a
currency.
reserve table. Bet.
Exactly.
But no, I feel like you and I have similar perspectives on not just the city, but the area. Because I know you're expanding out into Joliet and other suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, combined, we could do amazing things. Truly. I really believe that there can be positive change within the domain and outlying areas when there is a unified goal, a sense of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give the Bahari that. Oftentimes, that is why anarch movements fail. It is also why the Sabbat is now crumbling. They've lost their unified goal and purpose, or they never had one to begin with, in the case of the anarchs.
Whereas the Sabbat, that's not a bad thing that they lost it.
It's not. It's not. I have no love for the Sabbat. For a time, many of my sisters had to be, because the Camarilla would execute us for heresy. There's a reason I am not Tower.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that loose, and it was loose, association, it branded us all. Gave us a reputation that I'm not going to say wasn't at least some of the time deserved. But
I've known Edith for a few decades.
Yeah. Yeah. But not all of us are Edith. Not all of us are even worse than Edith.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust, there are worse.
I believe it. There's always worse.
And because of that, and there was no Garden of Renewal at the time the Sabbat came to be, because Jericho was destroyed before the Convention of Thorns. That was a Church of Cain thing.
Mm-hmm.
A Black Hand thing. I believe that now is a time for it to come back. Those that were instrumental in its destruction are now gone, for the most part. The few that are still around have sequestered themselves and are protecting their own interests.
And protecting themselves from going into whitedom.
Or
Much
protecting
like
themselves
Critias.
from their own finding them and eating them.
That too. Which, honestly, I wouldn't shed any tears.
Not a one. But yeah, so good. When we're done here, when you drop me off, I'll give you the book.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we can talk later after I've got things a bit more set up in Wicker Park.
Look forward to it.
Of course. And I believe we're here.
Yes.
And you will see in the Hidden City chat, there is Josephine's brownstone right there on almost the corner. I have a little arrow pointing down.
The brownstone.
And I'm sure you guys are going up and giving a knock.
Mm-hmm.
Or ring the bell. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Actually, you will hear as you're at the door, Glenn Miller, Moonlight Sonata. And as you ring the bell, eventually, give it about a couple of turns of the music, you'll start to see Josephine come down the stairs, and she's in this black top and what looks like a 1950s kind of poodle skirt, but it's blue with black trimming, and it's got music on the bottom. And she'll kind of tilt her head curiously at the two of you, come down the stairs, come to the door, open it very slowly. Can I help you?
Hello, Josephine.
Huh? Do you want to come on in?
It's good to see you. Of course, we would love to come in if that's okay.
Thanks. Sure. You catch me out a little off of a night. I normally don't get visitors. She'll let you both in, and just gently kind of like let you go to the living room so she can close the door because she doesn't want to close it on you guys.
Mm.
And she'll kind of gently just you and go, do you need refreshments? I'm sorry, I'm a little off tonight.
That's all right. I'm
Magnus
fine.
reaches into his bag and pulls out a slightly flat wrapped present, hands it to her. It says, I think you might enjoy this. It's a vinyl of a newer violinist. She does some classical and some of her own music. You might want someone who can kind of wake you up if it pulls you in too much.
Good idea. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have any gifts for y'all. I'm sorry.
Not necessary at all.
She'll walk and gently put it onto like the back part of a table so she knows later.
Mm-hmm.
Would y'all like to sit down?
And Taylor will.
I'm a little confused. Do you need something? Are your primogens not taking any of your needs?
Look at who my primogen is.
Well, Crowley's is a little bit of a pickle.
What is a primogen?
What is a primogen?
Now, Magnus, don't get me started. I've been taking my primogen, I've been taking
I know you
seriously.
are. I know you are. You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Normally, people just don't come up shouting out of the blue.
We're checking in on you, dear.
Oh, dear Lord, why?
One, because you're a friend, or at least I consider you such.
Thank you.
Two, we asked you to look into the Sabbat we captured last week, and I wanted to check and see.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
I understand you have a lot on your plate, dear.
A lot is an understatement, darling. Let's just say, this Sabbat, I won't go into detail because that's just a little bit too much for some people, which is all right. I understand. They were not exactly forthcoming, which we all expected. They didn't remember stuff either. Somebody was working on their minds. Now, don't ask me how I know because, but at the same time, they got some things that were rewritten in their heads faster than I could blink an eye. I can blink my eyes pretty fast. They had some memories rewritten, overwritten, roundabout written, to the point where fairy tales of what we know as the Sabbat were romanticized. And I don't know how they did it, but they made it sound like they were the good guys. Now, mind you, I am a sect veteran of it all, but at the same time, that's just a bull-faced lie. And I may not have been there for the Court of Thorns, unlike my sire, but at the same time, dear Lord.
It's a lie that they've been very careful to push, though.
Push?
The Sabbat, they always...
I've seen propaganda from different sides of every side of the world, and at the same time, this propaganda, dear Lord Almighty, made Reagan look like a saint. We all know his propaganda.
Yeah.
But yeah, these people thought that they were doing some good work. They even come in schools and corrupting the younger minds. And when they would get the younger minds, they would then grab onto them and restructure their minds. It was to the point where it's like, hello, let's just work a circuit jerk of let's fuck around with people's memories and find out. It was kind of sad too. Some of these people were just so confused. Poor lambs. I was like, well, we got to turn around and gently put you out your misery.
Sometimes that's all we can do.
I know, but they were so... Look, I know I'm old. I know I've seen a lot, but there's just some things that some people are just, I reckon, aren't supposed to be, some things just ain't right.
That's true.
And this just wasn't right. Normally, I feel good when I'm turning around and wiping the face of the earth with some of the spot, because why? They're just dastardly people that just need to be undone because of how they are.
Again, no disagreement there.
But these little lambs, I'm telling you, they didn't know what they were doing. They had absolutely no clue. I say lambs in the most literal sense. I heard this little thing called sheeple one time. That's sheeple. But I'm turning around. There was one that who's lived there, and he told me a couple cryptid things. So I'm looking up those cryptid things and trying to put them on a map for y'all. So it's going to take me just a wee bit of time.
Okay.
But I have put those on the majority of my plate. So I am looking at that and making sure that I get all the proper details for y'all.
Did you get any information from them about the ash finders?
They did bring up that. I've never heard of ash finders before.
They're a group of thin bloods operating a drug ring, kind of. They are utilizing kindred ashes to create a drug that is highly addictive and in thin bloods gives them access to our powers. But there is a cost to them. But it is highly addictive in humans.
Now that is bringing me into mind. You know our dear former friend, son.
Mm-hmm.
He had some books. Something akin to that.
Did he?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't understanding when I was reading. Mind you, I don't have a degree in chemistry.
I believe that there may be a kindred at the top of this organization because Arden Canty was able to get that drug that they use on kindred to sedate them and get their ashes on me.
Mm-hmm.
What? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine now.
Is the bastard dead?
Yeah, Arden's dead, and so is the bastard
Okay.
that he used to drug me, too.
Okay, good. Because I was going to kill him.
Oh, no. We've already mopped Joliet of all the Church of Cain.
And you didn't invite me?
No, ma'am. You did not need association with this.
But that's the fun part.
I understand, but trust, I had it in hand.
Just a fight.
Well, you'll definitely be part of the one that's going to be happening down in Gary.
Yeah.
What fun, Gary?
Maxwell and his vanguard.
Y'all going up against them?
Eventually. He's
Oh,
right
my.
now
Pack
got...
is too.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be having some furry allies.
And we likely will be seeing a certain abomination being red listed at some point, hopefully soon.
He's still around, is he?
Mm-hmm. And he's helping
And
out the
causing
vanguard
trouble.
right now in the South.
You know, it's just a shame that I actually have silver bullets that may or may not fit into my sniper rifle just right. Imagine that.
So, yeah, that's possibly on the menu because likely Maxwell has enough connections that he won't get red listed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. That
But
man was an asshole.
Pariah most certainly will.
Right. I remember when he rode right through, right after the World's Fair.
And right now he's Maxwell's pet.
In a new time, I believe it was called Bitch.
Yeah, that also applies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's
But
been
the
riding past it
Vanguard,
for ages.
produced
Yeah.
by my former associate, Karlak, when he was just a car.
Wait a minute. You're connected to Karlak.
Yes.
Oh dear Lord Almighty, I'm so sorry.
You and me both, dear. You and me both. But
He's a complete nut asshole.
Yeah.
But I don't mean asshole. I mean asshole.
I know. You're preaching to the choir, sister. You really are.
Wait.
Okay.
How close did you get?
I was his ghoul.
Oh dear Lord. Yo, did you wash yourself? Are you clean?
It
Did
was
you
when he
scrub
was
everything?
young. And
Like I said,
he wasn't as he is now. He was, but he wasn't. But trust, there was some conditioning by his sire on top of his own inclinations.
She did.
No, as far as I know, she's still alive and
Kitty.
kicking. I know, whatever.
We can erase that.
I'm not interested. That's his problem. And if he lacks the balls to address it, that's a him problem.
No. She did a personal side to me, so I
Oh,
don't
well-
mean I don't mind kicking her.
Okay. she's kind of low-key hiding out now. So, once she got usurped from being just a car by Karlach, because, you turn someone into what Karlach is, that's what you're going to get.
I'm sorry. I heard a phrase called, idiot man. Well, there's some dumb broads, and she is a dumb broad.
I know. She thought that he would be her lapdog forever, and he wasn't going to be. And, yeah. But anyway, while he was just a car, he provided this. And Junie, I have forgotten the name of the Ventru that he provided the Vanguard to. But anyway, she'll mention the insert name, Ventru, female that hasn't been seen since the Lupine War.
Oh, I know why.
Did she fall?
In the worst way. I remember her ghoul was with Alan Sovereign too. And when she fell, he went to Alan Sovereign. Now, mind you, she had turned her ghoul before she fell. And then he went to go work for Alan Sovereign. And well, he said Alan Sovereign was just too difficult to work for. So he went to work for Maxwell and took the Vanguard with him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's why the Vanguard is now with Maxwell. Yeah. I always wondered if Karlach was fang-banging that Ventru. But anyway.
Yeah, he was. I'm not going to say he wasn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say that I have kept my name as pure as snow, and he has never touched me. But at the same time, he didn't try. He wasn't. He didn't know how to take no for an answer until I turned around and showed him exactly what I could do to him with my gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. And that is basically where we're at with that. So we have the Vanguard down there working with Maxwell. And we have the Vanguard right now working with Pariah to cause disturbances in the south. And the wolf pack and things are down there dealing with that.
Well, what if we possibly got the Vanguard to, shall we say, disappear and be recalled?
How do you propose we do that?
Well, I mean, I haven't spoken to my side in a couple of minutes, and there's been some separation on that one. I could put in a word for him to say he's not fond of Bruja, a little bit of big bow their britches, if you know what I mean.
Oh, and Maxwell certainly fits that bill.
And if he's utilizing Archon or just a car goods, and let's say the Vanguard are their goods in a way that isn't meant, properly fitting for the Camarilla, there are some safeguards in mind that we could pull them out if you so chose.
Go for it.
Okay, I can do that.
I would like a personal favor, Josephine.
Sure.
You mentioned before that during the war, you and your mother would crochet.
Still do. Well, I do. Mama unfortunately does not.
No, of course not. But would you mind teaching me?
Confused Maccabian says what?
Would you mind teaching me to crochet?
You're sure about this? I mean, I know that you are a woman of action, but crocheting is sitting down and
I understand, but there are times when I need a hobby to help me get out of my head.
I can teach you. That's not a problem. You know what? I'll start you with the metal hooks. I don't think you're ready for the wooden hooks because the wooden hooks are used for weapons too.
Whatever you feel is best.
That's a scary proposition there, ma'am.
I like to live dangerously.
Clearly. No, this entire evening I just haven't heard danger, danger, danger. I swear I'm turning into a little robber. Where's Dr. Smith? Danger, Dr. Smith, danger. So I love Lost in Space. I love sci-fi movies and television shows.
And Taylor will actually give Josephine her personal number and say, just call me whenever you're ready to start.
Oh, okay. She'll go into her phone, go into her pocket and pull out her phone, and she'll open it and she'll do like this really weird ziggy-zag pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then flip it over and she'll just hand Taylor going, if you like to put it in there yourself and you just text yourself, that'd be fine.
Okay. And she will. And then Taylor will put her actual name and stuff with the number in her contacts and hand it to her.
Taylor or Hester?
I would say she will actually put her true name.
So Hester Stanhope.
Mm-hmm.
And when she'll get it, she'll go, well, that's a lovely name. I can't say I've ever heard of that.
That was the name I was born with.
Oh, well, that's delightful. Fortunately, Mama was more into Dutch names.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's Dutch, or was Dutch. But that's a really pretty name. Will you never use it no more?
Not yet. It's had a resurgence in popularity in certain circles.
I mean, you can always be a great grandniece.
Unfortunately, I cannot. She had no children. And not of the name, and of the name, no children survived. The family died out.
We can always resurgence a name.
Don't worry about it. Okay. I like the name I'm using right now, but that is the one I was born with.
It's a pretty name, unlike Magnus over here, who changes his name like every century.
I do the same. I do it a little more frequently than that because I'm so public facing.
I don't think I've ever changed my name. I think it's the only difference. This is what you all call me. Josephine, Josie, hey you, girl with gun. You know, there's so many different names people call me. It's like, I'm just waiting for, yo, you, go over there, shoot. Things like that. But other than that, yeah, I can call.
I mean, I can start calling you Joe if you'd prefer.
I don't like that name. They did that in the 40s when I was in the war. And I'll tell you what, when you're riding a guru with a shotgun going against a couple of other Sabbat in the middle of, Battle of Dunkirk, a couple others, Battle of the Bulge was a really hard one to do. But when you can ride what was he? He was a Shadow Lord, and he was a really angry one too. He did not like me, but at the same time, we had an understanding that we were trying to go for good things. And he actually got into his little war form. I say little, but he was 12 feet tall. And I had to climb up on his back. I had to keep telling him go right, left, and everything. And unfortunately, the poor dude didn't understand English. And I didn't speak what he spoke, which was kind of a little bit of a difficult situation, being that I didn't understand whatever his name was, whatever the language.
Just needed to kick him in the head in the direction that he needed to go.
Oh, no, I did something better. So my little genius swirl, because I grew up with horses, I put a little bridle on him. A little over his head. So I would pull over on this side or pull over on that side, and then I would do this to tell him to giddy up.
No wonder he hated you.
So much.
Any self-respecting werewolf would hate that.
But at the same time, I will tell you, he respected me because I didn't treat him badly. I just told him where to go. The best part is that when we actually turned around and got to the places, he at least was kind enough for me to shelter me from the bombs. So as we did explosives, he kept me comfort, because I wasn't going to do anything bad to him. I just shot the blacks by stances we were turning around and fighting with. If you could ever if you ever get the chance to ride a werewolf, go for it.
No, I don't think I will. But
fun.
But I'm sure it's fun.
Oh, it's delightful. Let me tell you, especially when they're growling, they're like,
I have seen one in war form, and it is a thing to behold.
Oh, See a pack full of them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm good.
I mean,
I'm good.
it was a thing. It was in World War One and World War Two. We did more things in World War Two than we did in World War One. But it was a thing.
I get it.
It was fun.
But thank you for your hospitality, Josephine.
Yeah.
I know we showed up unexpected.
I mean, if y'all want to come on overtime, just text me and
I will
I can
now
make
that I have your number.
yeah. Are you guys good? Like, I mean, good, because you guys have been going through a bit.
We are as good as we can be, and we are working on getting better.
Oh, so the Malkavian version of fine.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you guys need, and I will offer this to all y'all. If you guys need a moment to just find the time to breathe, you're more than welcome to come over.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And with
just
that,
give me a text.
yes, we will. And with that, we will say our goodbyes and see ourselves out.
She will definitely walk you to the door, and then she will wave at and wait until you leave before she goes in. And with that, I think that ends the session. So
Yep.
thank you guys all much for coming. Thank you for playing with me, because we all played with Junie. And I'm going to let Mama take it all over because I have no other words.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight for this session. And do make sure you join us on the Discord if I can type. There we go. That is where we hang out when we are not streaming games. It is also where our stream notices happen. Yep, everyone gets a tag when we are streaming. And we also cast our games from our Discord community. So do check that out, because we do have an open casting call. It is an open ongoing casting call for guests for Call of Cthulhu, London Esoteric Society, that streamed today. It came back today at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. So if you like Call of Cthulhu 7E and want to play in 1907 London area, yeah, you might be a guest for that game if you apply. You need to be part of our Discord community and go to the casting couch to check for open casting calls. And of course, we do occasionally do Zoom hangouts when we're not streaming on Friday and Saturday nights, because Mama McStabber and Shanky McStabber have day jobs. And we do stream multiple days a week. So we really need the Friday and Saturday nights for Zoom hangouts. So once we get a break from one of those games, I'm sure we'll do a Zoom hangout. And of course, if you would like to catch back episodes of this stream, you can do so on YouTube. Again, if I can type. There we go. Okay, yep. So at McStabber Studios YouTube, you can check out back episodes of this stream and a variety of other World of Darkness streams, some of which are ongoing now, some of which have been completed. We've been doing this for over 5 years. And we also have a variety of other TTRPGs that we have run stream games for, including like some Powered by the Apocalypse games like Monster Hearts 2 and Monster of the Week and things like that. And we also have had some indie games that have been really fun to do. Paranoia games as well that are crazy. So yeah, check that out, because we've got a variety of content for you to peruse there. And of course, at the London Esoteric Society YouTube, that is where our European GM Dr. Tiss posts her content, including her completed D&D 5e campaign called Ishvel, and her London Esoteric Society, the first 100 episodes that took place a bit earlier in Victorian London period. That is all there. And then, of course, her new return of it in 1907 will also be posted there. She also did a 7th Sea miniseries, a 3-session miniseries that she has posted there as well. So go check out both channels, give them a free subscribe, and view content there. And if you would like to check out other streamers that are playing at our tables or running games with us that also stream to their own channels, you can do so at the links in chat now. Junie Von Esch, what you got going on?
Well, I turn around and I crochet things because it makes me feel happy. I stay out of jail and I still keep my Wi-Fi. Right now, I am holding my Firefly that actually I role play with over on Ravenos Archon's channel. So I'm either here, there, or Ravenos's.
Yep. So also check out Ravnos Archon's channel. The link is in chat. He is our Mage ST. He also is in every World of Darkness Wednesday stream that we do.
Damn, he really is.
Yeah. And he might have some other games he's wanting to run with us at some point in the future. We will have to see. So do check him out because he does run TTRPGs on his channel. As he likes to say, games that aren't D&D. So yeah, he's right now, is he still doing Wander Home or is that finished?
That's actually ending up. Yeah, Spotter and I are in it. He's in this next Thursday is the end.
Yeah, Wander Home is a really cute, cozy kind of system. It's diceless and it's a cute one. I might have to run that at some point because I kind of love it. But yeah, and he's got a bunch of things going on there that pretty soon he will be returning to his normal content, which is basically vampire and alternating werewolf and oh God, I can't even remember all of them. I apologize. My brain is kind of fried.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Mondays are vampire, both, I believe, Anarch and Camarilla.
Yep.
Tuesdays will be 5 Rings and I believe Scion, which I am a part of. And then Thursdays will be rounding between Werewolf and 7C, which I'm a part of.
Awesome. Thank you. I can't keep track of all his stuff because he does so much.
Yeah, you do too. I mean,
I know. I have a hard enough time keeping track of my stuff, but so much. That's right, Ravner. We just do so much.
He just says Wednesdays are mine. I'm either in it or running it. Done.
Yeah. Yep. So do check that out. And of course, Mischievous Red, she does some different crafting stuff, like arts and crafts kind of stuff. She'll do like mini painting sometimes. She'll do some video gaming sometimes. She has a kind of a variety stream that she does on her channel. Do check her out. And if you're part of our Discord community, you will get alerted. Basically, we don't tag everyone, but we do put alerts for when our friends stream, so you can get notices when she's streaming. And of course, Rerolls does TTRPGs on his own channel. He'll be returning in March with a new D&D campaign. He's been talking about that in our Kansas City outro. So yeah, check that out. And then DM Daddy RPG is where you can catch Jen of Thieves. She played in my Monster of the Month serial game that was using Monster of the Week gaming with Antera and Ravnos Archon and Junie, and yeah, it was good times. Yeah, we had quite the ensemble cast for that game, but that's where Jen of Thieves got her start streaming with us, and now she's in Kansas City. And she also did the Queen's Gambit series with us that we ran at the end of last year. So yeah. So yeah, check her out over on DM Daddy RPG. They have a couple games she's playing and running over there, and it's a lot of fun. So, also, if you would like to support our amazing cast of players here, show us your biddies. Yeah, show your biddies. Flaunt them. For real. Act like they're a new car. Flaunt them. But yeah. And of course, we do distribute bits and donations to our cast and our shows. If you would like to support the studio itself financially, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. That removes ads for you so it doesn't disrupt the role play to get an ad break. And we can't control when those happen. Just letting you know. Twitch does that. And so literally that, or if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month. You may consider giving that to us. Or if you don't want Twitch being a horrible pimp and taking half, you can donate to our KoFi page, our coffee page. Buy Mama a coffee. Mama is chronically exhausted. Buy me a coffee. And also, a free way that you can support us is by going to YouTube and subscribing, like I mentioned before. Subscribing on YouTube is completely free. You just click the subscribe button. You click the little bell notification, make sure it's on, and you get notices on YouTube when we post new content. If you are watching content on our channel there, make sure that you are liking the video and, not or, and commenting. That takes no more than 5 minutes of your time. And by doing both, it shows the YouTube algorithm that our content is engaging, and it boosts us in the search rankings. So that's a free way you can give us a boost so that more people can find our content. And we appreciate those that do that. Thank you so much. And of course, we do have studio merch. If you would like to get some merch, there has been some ideas from Kansas City last night, like a to-do list with Dracula on it. Because Kat was like, yes. What? He pulls out his damn sword and she's like, wow.
This is why I don't support clan against clan relationships. It just never ends well.
Yeah, so literally check out the studio merch. There's been no new merch done recently, but as soon as I have the spoons to try to work on some, I will. And literally, but do check it out. Make sure you're signed in if you're checking out our merch offerings on Zazzle, because there are some that had to be rated as adult because of swear words, like our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. It's an awesome ringer shirt that's got the dark sleeves, raglan sleeves, and the dark band across it with a white shirt that has the camp, tent on it with the McStabber Studios logo. It says Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would. And on the back, it has counselor in big letters. It is a camp shirt, y'all. Uranie, if you send me another case of spoons, of literal spoons, I will literally carve out your kidneys with them.
Why would it grab the spoon, cousin? Because it'll hurt more.
Because it'll hurt more. Without anesthesia.
And then you open a box and find sporks just to shake it up.
Yeah, and if I get that, I will use those. Try me. All right, so that is basically the stuff that we pitch, and now we're going into the schedule. So over the next week, we have on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Maddox here is ST for Changeling the Dreaming Stained Glass. We are in our third season, and we are rolling towards the end now, and it's been a lot. So check us out, 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we have Shanky as ST for Kansas City, A Domain Divided at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. It's our V5 Chronicle. And we have basically, Sabbat War's in full effect, and they are losing hand over fist. We have just eliminated their ability to communicate using ghosts. Yeah. Sent that Giovanni packing. Damn. And Kat has tasked Dracula to pick a target. Any target. Go for it. Show me what you got. She wants to see what he's capable of. And to see if, the stories are true.
Come on, Vlad. Impale something for us.
Impress me.
Let's be real. On a meta level, he'll do it. Oh, fuck yeah.
But he's actually pursuing Golconda. Kat sensed that he was actually warm to the touch. He's improved his humanity. So literally, he may not impale people, but he's a master tactician, and Kat wants to see it in action. So, let's see what he does. So we'll see Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, Tissa's back with her group of investigators doing the sus-ass shit in Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, of course, at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, Junie is back here with us. This motley of insane kindred and vampires, and not really kindred, but still a vampire. And we'll be back for more Chicago Hidden City on Saturday night. And lastly, I'm going to say, please, if you are struggling right now, which a lot of people are, hell, myself included, my headspace has been fucked. I'm working on a crochet project that I have had to rip back so many fucking times because I'm making mistakes because my headspace is fucked. I've not made the progress I wanted to make on it. And literally, if you are struggling right now, I want you to reach out for help. Whatever that is for you, make sure you do it. And if you are in crisis, there is a difference between struggling and in crisis. If you are in crisis, literally thinking that there is no way to dig yourself out. I know what that feels like. I've been there before. I want you to reach out to a helpline. I want you to reach out to resources available for you for crisis support, because you need that. I was fortunate when I was in crisis that I had a therapist on speed dial, that I was an active patient and I could get into therapy before I had to hospitalize myself. I want you to reach out and get help, because we need people around. We need the good ones around, y'all. And if you are really struggling right now, you're one of the good ones. You're one of the good ones. And we need you around. Okay? We've got to get through this to get on the other side, and we're going to have to fight any way we can. And we need you around. So please, in chat right now is a list of organizations you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you are not in chat presently, those organizations we have listed with the contact information don't suit your needs, or you are outside of the U.S., please go to findahelpline.com. That site, you can look up your location. They cover over 140 countries and find the resources available to you. Please get the help you need if you are in crisis. Okay? I'm saying that from such a place of love. And also, please take care of your physical well-being, because the mind and the body work together. As one goes, the other goes. Get vaccinated if you need to. Please. Flu and COVID still send people to hospitals, and the hospitals are overcrowded with flu and COVID. Again. And it will be every fucking winter, because neither of those go anywhere. They're viruses. We haven't cured one yet. Yeah. And make sure that you're taking your meds. Drink your water. Get some sunshine when you can. And just take some time for self-care. Disengage. Do something just for you. Okay? It's important. It'll help lower your stress hormones, which will help your heart, your lungs, your stomach, all that shit. So take care of yourself. And lastly, for those that helped usher in this regime, because it is a regime and not an administration, if you did so by voting for it, voting third party as a protest, he just met with Netanyahu, and look how that turned out. Yeah. Yeah. And if you abstained, did not participate in the election by voting due to apathy, due to the inability to vote for a woman of color, fuck off and go to hell. You caused this. You get no empathy or sympathy from me. For the rest of us, hang on, y'all. hang on. Said with love and resolute sincerity. Have a good night, everyone.